has long been considered to be the country's education capital, and what perhaps sets it apart is that its graduates seem industry ready. So to shed more light on what the city is doing differently in terms of bridging the gap between academia and industry, we're joined by a stellar lineup of industry heavyweights here at the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard in the city of Pune.
On the show tonight, we feature Prithviraj B P, Additional Commissioner of Pune Municipal Corporation, who sheds light on the city's remarkable educational landscape. Rohit Saoji, Head of Commercial Banking of IDFC First Bank, who delves into the bank's offerings designed to empower MSMEs. In the second segment, Balvir Chawla, Director of Finnovators Services, as he shares essential financial advice on managing assets, investments, and more. Listen in.
Pune, the cultural heartbeat of Maharashtra and a city steeped in the legacy of the Maratha Empire, has transformed into a bustling industrial hub. From manufacturing and automotive to IT, its diverse economy is complemented by a vibrant, youthful workforce.
I think people are really sweet here, really cooperative here. So I'm very happy about that. And Shaniwar Wada I'm just visiting right now because I think because of the movies, the way it has been promoted in movies like Bajirao Mastani, Tanhaji.
As the birthplace of several prominent companies, Pune continues to shape the business landscape, emerging as a leader in employment and innovation.
In other places there are only franchises, but the original headquarters of many companies, big companies, there are many like Haldiram or that's or in Pune only.
Join us as we explore the forces driving this city's impressive growth and evolution at our Leaders of Tomorrow Pune Springboard.
I am actually an outsider. I am from Rajasthan. Before coming to Pune, I was working in Nagpur for some time, before that in Marathwada region. But I would say that one of the important traits of the city is persistence. Let me start for startups. I think it has already been discussed, the kind of educational environment which is present in Pune. All of you are aware that it's called Oxford of the East. Many citizens from Maharashtra state, it's the second largest city of Maharashtra, and most of the youngsters, if you talk to them, everyone wants to come to Pune and work here. Even when I was working in Marathwada region, in Latur district specifically, most of the youth were interested in coming to Pune and working here. Very few people wanted to go to the nearby city of Aurangabad. The first choice was Pune. Now obviously there is something in the city which attracts all the youths. It's obvious, one of the reasons is, yes, educational institutions, the wide variety of educational institutions and the great legacy that has been created by them. We are also working on enhancing the educational skills of students and youths also. The concept of government school, we have been trying to change the simple concept which is there, that government schools do not produce quality education. But in Pune, there are a couple of partners who are working with us, and obviously our own staff, which includes the teachers and the staff. So we have tried to ensure that the environment in the municipal schools is as good as in any other private schools. Second, once the youth, they have completed their schools and they want to get into some jobs, we are also doing a little bit of skilling through several of partners. There is a project called Lighthouse Communities, which is running since 2016 in Pune, and there are around 10 centers which are currently operating. This is a different kind of skilling project. They have trained till now approximately 60,000 youths. Out of that, 30 to 35,000 youths, they have been placed. And the good thing about this is that the retention ratio is very high. You won't find people that they are working for 5 months and then they're leaving the job. So retention is very good through these skilling centers. And the last thing I would like to add is that recently we have done a MOU with Tata Technologies, and there is going to be a new center for advanced technologies which is being set up in cooperation with Tata Technologies. We are paying 15% of the investment. 85% is done through the CSR group of Tata Technologies. And it's going to be a very advanced technologies center, skilling center. It will have AI, it will have robotics, the cutting edge of technologies. Obviously, you are aware Tata Technologies is a very leading IT company. IT company in the sense technology company. So this is a new initiative which has started in Pune. And I'm sure through these initiatives, we are able to do some part from the government side to ensure that educated, skilled manpower is available for the industry. Talking about social infrastructure, it's a very wide concept. Physical infrastructure, everyone knows that the basic duty of a municipal corporation is to provide good roads, cleanliness, proper sewage network, these basic infrastructure facilities. But in cities like Pune or other big cities, the corporation is also expected to do something on the social side, something on the skilling side, which are not mandated as per law, but I think it's, any of the ULB, it's part of, the citizens own it. Citizen representatives come, they govern the city through the ULBs. So whatever is the aspiration of the people, it gets reflected in the working of the urban local body. There is a whole department which is called Social Development Department, which is working to ensure that the poor and deprived citizens, they get scholarships, they are educated. Women, they are getting skilled, at least the basic skills we are able to provide them. Number 3, try and connect them with the banks so that they can start their small businesses. So these are the overall kind of activities which is being done through social infrastructure. Let me come to one factual information. Maratha Chamber of Commerce, you might be aware, they recently did a survey of 108 companies in Pune, and 81% of those companies responded saying that they are confident that this year they will be experiencing growth. 37% said that they will have minimum 20% growth. There is a very positive outlook amongst the industry this year. And these are the companies which are based in Pune. When you talk about livable city, you are aware that in 2021, we were in the top 5 livable cities of the country. It encompasses a lot of things, water availability, environment, roads, all those things. But we were in the top 5 in the country, and we hope to remain there. Idea of RRR, which is reuse, reduce, and recycle. I think that's a very important concept, and I would like just to take this opportunity to just, spread the word. I'm sure most of you are aware, but we need to follow these 3 concepts very rigorously. The kind of resource usage that's happening, that needs to be controlled. We need to go for more recycling. We need to go for reduction of our carbon footprint, and we need to go for reuse of things. So I think that is one message which I would like to, pass on through this forum. Thank you. Best wishes. Jai Hind. Jai Maharashtra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by thanking the ET Now team for creating this platform and partnering with IDFC First Bank in this initiative. MSMEs are not mere economic entities. They are engines of socio-economic transformation. They contribute significantly to the GDP of the country, foster entrepreneurship, and creates millions of jobs. MSMEs, however, face many challenges, including limited access to finance, complex regulatory atmosphere, and inadequate infrastructure. At IDFC First Bank, we recognize these challenges and are committed to making tailor-made banking solutions, enabling the MSME workforce and making them future ready. Our approach is holistic in nature, focusing on accessibility, affordability, and efficiency. Our vision as a bank is to build a global bank guided by ethics, powered by technology, and be a force for social good. We are present in 150 plus cities through 955 branches covering major geographies of the country. I'm proud to say that our deposit growth year on year has been a whooping 32% against an industry growth of 13%. This strong deposit franchise is built on the premise of high customer service levels, powerful digital capabilities, ethical banking, and attractive product offerings. We have a well-distributed loan book of 2 lakh plus crores spread across multiple secured and unsecured lending products. IDFC First Bank offers a full suite of banking products starting from working capital solutions for businesses to a comprehensive suite of deposit offerings including wealth management, NRI banking and various CMS solutions. We have also curated some tailor-made solutions for MSMEs. One such solution is our Platinum Current Account. This current account provides an auto sweep of idle funds into a fixed deposit, earning an interest at 7.25% per annum. We additionally offer 40 plus banking services free on this account and provide a dedicated relationship manager support to cater to all your banking needs immediately on opening the account. We have a similar proposition for importers and exporters too, in the form of a world business account with nil fee on inward and outward remittances and BRC insurances. Here too, we provide a dedicated trade desk support, enabling forex rate booking and niche solutions like FDIs and ODIs. We have also curated a startup current account, creating access to a founder's success program, enabling networking and fundraising opportunities for budding entrepreneurs. While these accounts enable business transactions, we further enhance the banking experience through our payment and collection solutions. In summary, we believe that these solutions will enable the MSME workforce and make them future ready. And we hope to becoming your banking partner in your journey to success. Thank you.
It's time for a short break, but our coverage of the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Pune continues on the other side. So don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to our continued coverage of IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Pune. Now, one of the leading criticisms of the education system in our country is that we're churning out graduates, but they simply do not have the requisite skills to compete on the global stage. But the city of Pune is beginning to shift that perception. So what's the talent development plan that this city has embraced? Well, we're here at the Leaders of Tomorrow's Season 12 Springboard here in Pune to find out.
So Balvir, while India has always been branded as a nation of savers, is it time perhaps that we instead recoin ourselves as a nation of investors? Is it time we do away with the age-old sentiment, given stock market performance and how much it's exceeded expectations, sir?
Well, good evening and thank you for having me here. I think so you have rightly said, from a nation of savers, we are moving to a nation of investors now. If you look at the trend that is happening over the past couple of years, or last 4 years to be more precise, we are seeing people getting more excited, people taking more risks, people ready to venture with new ideas and come up with innovative solutions for investments also. So I think so we are moving. People have now realized that it's not that I can just be a saver. They want their money to work for them. They are more eager to achieve more financial freedom at an earlier stage. And also, I think so they are more ready to get into entrepreneurship, put that risk capital and try and achieve something which they haven't dreamt of previously.
Well, Balvir, if India is in fact becoming more financially savvy, nonetheless, there tends to be a huge discomfort when it comes to discussing finances. Even in the close circle of one's friends and immediate family, you can sense the hichkichahat, you can sense the hesitation, right? What's your solution there? Because there the Nifty or the Sensex or any sophisticated saving or investment strategy is not necessarily enough to change a mindset.
So I think so. What's happening now is parents are trying to become more open with the kids also. And I must admit here that I find kids more financially literate than parents now. So when we talk to kids of 25, 30 years who are getting into their startups, getting into their own ventures or starting their own financial journey, I've seen them become more financial literate. They understand finance, they understand the jargons, they understand what's happening, and they're very clear on what they want to achieve. And I think so it's time where as our generation probably at 50, 55 when we are, I think so we need to start focusing on making our next generation very, very financial literate. Because we have to understand one thing, we are creating wealth which we never imagined 20 years back.
Right.
And we have to ensure that our kids or our next generation is financially literate to handle that judiciously.
So, sir, if I were to speak for so many of the entrepreneurs right here in front of us, I think a commonly made mistake is sometimes the tendency to blur your personal cash flow with your corporate cash flow, especially if you have launched a business out of pocket with friends and family money, etc. There's a huge amount of guilt and confusion with respect to, separating church versus state. What's your comment on that? What words of advice might you have for our audience?
So we've been always maintaining that your corporate finance and personal finance have to be two different entities altogether. Your family comes separate, your business comes separate. People have been mixing up both of them for times, and even today we see people considering business finance as personal and vice versa.
Or refusing to give themselves a salary,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And that is where, sometimes they don't get the true picture of their business also. Because if I'm not taking out a salary for the time I'm putting in, I assume that my business is doing very well.
Right.
But as if I were to replace myself with a person of my capability, then what is the cost I'm going to pay? And then does my business really sustain it? Is something which has to be seen.
Well, Balvir, one of the other problems, I think, plaguing this industry, our financial services in general, is information overload. There are so many misinformation campaigns. Everyone has gyan to give in whichever direction you look, and it becomes very difficult to understand and determine what's right for you and your situation. Right? People, in fact, oftentimes are not quite even comfortable seeking out the advice of a professional because the industry is also plagued with a lot of mistrust. Right? How might you respond to any of that?
Information overload is the biggest challenge we see today, because at a tip of a finger, you have everything, and people come back to you and tell that this is what should be done and not done to you, to a professional or to a specialized. I think so somewhere it is very important to understand that each person is different, each business or each individual is different. The way he or his family or his structure is different. You need somebody who can guide you, who can take you, who can navigate you through all this, whether this is noise or this is genuine or this is something, not to be looked at all. I think so it's very important for people to understand that you need a professional who can guide you, who can give you a third eyes perspective.
All right, fair enough, Balvir. And I think broadly speaking, you must encounter, two types of clients. One are perhaps those that are plagued with inertia. They've I've missed the boat. It's too late. Ab to kuch bhi nahi ho sakta. It's done, right? And then perhaps there's the other optimist who's jab jago tab savira, right? And you've got two broad camps there. And I'd like to know how your financial advice typically differs based on who you're dealing with.
So financial advice depends on person to person, depends on that person's behavior, that person's mindset, how he has encountered finances over the years. So just like you said, there would be somebody who's come with an inertia and says that now nothing can happen. As coming back to the previous point also, so we treat ourselves as coaches for people. So a coach is somebody who will always guide the player and tell that this is something which you are doing wrong and this is what needs to be corrected. Also, the coach is the person who can identify the player's potential. And he will tell the player that this is your potential and you can go up to this level, though the player himself may feel that he's not capable. So it is the coach who pushes him. So the same thing happens with us. When somebody says it cannot be done, we tell we are there to help you. We are there to take care of it. Be rest assured that this can be done. You just have to take the steps and take baby steps to start with. Once you feel comfortable, then we can increase, go forward, move at a faster pace. One category is the, just like what you said about the inertia. The other one says, okay, fine, it's not never too late, let's start. At least if I have made a mistake, at least they realize that they have made a mistake or they have been late. So I think so for them, it's much easier for us rather than pushing them too hard. But again, you have to control their emotions because sometimes they may get too aggressive or overly ambitious. And they may say, okay, since I've lost so much of time or so much of bandwidth is gone, let's double up, let's go over aggressive. And there is where, as a guide, as a philosopher, as a mentor, we come into play and we tell, no, it's not necessary that you have to be too aggressive. We can go the normal way and still achieve what you want to achieve.
Phenomenal. And sir, you talked about mindset a moment ago. And when it comes to the Indian mindset, if I could broadly categorize us as a nation, we've always considered gold and real estate to be safe havens. Sir, in the current scenario, which is an unprecedented time in human history, given the global volatility that surrounds us in every direction, does that advice remain relevant? Or is it long forgotten or deserved to now be completely done away with?
I think so it still holds, to a certain extent, holds some ground. But we are seeing, just like what you're saying, these are times which we are seeing for the first time, or we are seeing in history we have not seen, or in the last 30 years of practice we haven't seen. One phenomenal change that we are seeing is the newer generation does not want to buy assets. They are not interested in buying a real estate. They are not interested in buying gold. They say, okay, fine, real estate, I can rent it out. I can use the other money somewhere else. Even in businesses, in factories. So I have a couple of friends who are running small industries, and they have started going with the concept of, their parents used to say, let's buy a land and set up a factory.
Right.
And today they are saying, why should I buy a factory, or why should I buy the land? Let me lease it out for 99 years, or let me lease it out for 25 years, and then I'll take a call. I think so this is where a total mind shift is happening. And I don't blame them. It's very relevant. It's very practical. They are making extremely fantastic use of the capital that they have at hand. And they are very, very clear in what they want to achieve.
Well, Balvir, thank you for sharing so many nice nuggets of wisdom, so many tricks of the trade. It's been incredibly helpful. And we wish you all the continued success for what lies ahead, sir.
Well, that concludes our coverage of IDFC First Bank presents ET Now, Leaders of Tomorrow, Season 12 Springboard here in the city of Pune. I'm Pooja Jain signing off. Thanks for tuning in.